Uh, Nicklas Bendtner is leaving the club. There's been rumors that Arshavin is leaving. There's been rumors that Bakary Sagna is leaving. And the usual Fabregas leaving. My opinion on it is this: Nicholas Bentner definitely should be a striker that we need to keep. He's a player that 2 seasons ago scored 15 goals, and when Van Persie was injured, helped carry the team for 3 quarters of a season, and was one of the first times that we actually really, well, Arsene Wenger was forced to use a player like Bentner. So thought that he proved himself then, and even last season he scored 12 goals and only played 3 quarters of the season then. Unfortunately, because Chamakh is is in the team now, he sort of took I don't want to say secondary role, but he sort of kind of took a back seat to Marouane Chamakh, and unfortunately hasn't played that many games. But when I have seen him play and when he has come on the pitch, he's really delivered quite a bit. And I think if Arsene Wenger gets rid of Nicholas Bentner, I think it'll be a tremendous loss to the team. If there's one striker that should go, that who never really done anything, definitely should be Chamakh. Or if they just want to keep Chamakh just to provide some sort of cover, some aerial cover, then definitely Carlos Vela. Mainly because Carlos Vela is a player that has been with Arsenal for I think about 3 4 years, and he hasn't really done much. He never really plays any Premier League games. He only really plays within the FA Cup and the Carling Cup, and generally gets loaned out to teams every single season. And when he does go out on loan, he doesn't really do anything spectacular. But when he did play in the World Cup for Mexico, he was really impressive. And I just think that out of the two, definitely Bentner should stay. But I think if they could get rid of Shamak and sell him, I think it'll be even better. Also, the issue with Andre Arshavin. Um, with Arshavin for so many, I think been about 2 seasons now. He's always praised Chelsea for winning titles and having a strong team and the fact that their manager spends money. He's always praised Manchester United, and he's always praised Barcelona for the sorts of teams that he has. And you can just tell by the comments that he says that he really would love to go to teams like that. And I do get where he's coming from, but if he really wants to leave, I think Arsene Wenger should just let him go, because if he doesn't want to be there and he doesn't feel that the club is right for him, then so be it. But I think that if Arsene Wenger does do that, then we're all going to see a lot of players decide that they want to leave. I could see the likes of Sagna and Fabregas and Clichy leaving, and as well as Nasri leaving, mainly because we haven't really won anything in 6 seasons, and because of that, it's gonna completely destroy this Arsenal team. I hope it doesn't get to the case. I hope the likes of Nasri and Clichy renew their contracts for another 3 more years and keep them at the club long, because they really are definitely good players. But I definitely think there's a few targets that Arsenal need to go after. And first of all, I think they do need another striker, as I said before, and somebody like an Eden Hazard. And I've seen tons of YouTube videos on him, and right now everybody's comparing him to Cristiano Ronaldo, and he really is that good. He's definitely a very good forward. He delivers very well, and I really think him, as well as someone like, of the likes of a Kevin Gamero or even a Romelu Lukaku. And I know everyone's going to say, oh no, he's not the sort of player that Arsenal generally gets, and I do get it. He is, and he reminds me a lot of like a Drogba type role, and I really see him more so at a team like Chelsea before I see him as Arsenal. But if Arsenal are gonna buy any more strikers, and they probably need another two more, or at least um, at least by a world class striker, somebody who has been seasoned a bit, who's probably within the age range of probably 27 and the age of 32, as well as maybe get a young striker like an Eden Hazard or a Kevin Gamero, and and have them in the squads, to create a lot of depth, because that's one thing that Arsenal really lack is a lot of depth in the squad. Our squad is very small, and we really put ourselves at risk of injuries when injuries do occur. So I don't want any Arsenal fans saying, well, we have injuries and that's why we don't win stuff. But you know what? Every team has injuries, and we need to have the players on the bench in order to make sure that we don't lose games, or in order we don't lose games because of injury. So I think if they could do that with those sort of forwards, then I think that's our first step towards us winning some sort of silverware. Also, the likes of Abue, who I've always said, and I know other Arsenal fans are going to say, "Oh well, he's a pretty good player," and you know what, he's he's a decent player, but he's just not good enough for what we want. I think we need a natural right back. I know he is a right midfield player that could play on a right back as well, but he is not good enough to play right back. He's not a defender, and I think he needs to. Also, Wenger just needs he needs to get rid of him because he's just not good enough. We need a right back, and as I said before, Jerome Boateng, if it is true that City want to offload him, he would be a pretty good replacement. And to have Boateng and Sagna as our two right backs, I think would be really good. Left back, I don't think that we have a problem. We got three. We got Clichy, Gibbs, and we got Armand Traore, who should be finishing his loan spell at AC Milan, and he'll also be back. So if Clichy moves, I think it'll be a big blow. But I'm pretty confident that the experience that Traore has gotten, as well as the experience of Kieran Gibbs, will really put us at a pretty decent stance for our left backs. So with that aspect, I don't really have a problem if Clichy goes, but it would be sad if he went. Also, Rosicki is another one that needs to go. I know they got him to be the sort of veteran player in the squad and to provide leadership, but once again, it's Arsene Wenger's poor pits in choosing veteran players that he wanted to get for cheap, and I really do think that a lot of the players that he brings in have a lack of quality, and Rosicki is one of them. He's a player that on a good day he is good, but he just isn't consistent with it, and he needs to leave the club as well. Um, Also, if we could replace him with someone, and I know everyone's been talking about Jovinio, who has been on Arsenal's radar for a little while, and everyone's been talking about Jovinio for past couple of weeks, especially since Arsenal has upped their interest in him. And I know he is a winger. I've heard that he plays on the right wings as well. So it'll be really interesting how they do that. I really thought that we would more of a left winger rather than an additional right winger as well. I think it'll be a bit of a waste to have a talent like Javinho in the squad and not really be giving him first team play almost every game. So with Javinho, no, unless Theo Walcott's going to leave, and that would be a great surprise to me. Also, we need another holding midfield player, preferably someone like Alassana Diarra. And if we could get him in, then we could also ship out that complete reject, Denilson, who had the nerve to say in the Metro yesterday that he doesn't want the likes of Liverpool or Tottenham or even City coming for him. And I mean, I just couldn't believe it because I mean, he's absolutely been a shit player. He hasn't performed well and has completely fucked up almost every single game that he's ever played in an Arsenal t-shirt. So I'll be glad to see his ass go. So I think with that, I really vented myself on my frustrations with Arsenal. I really do think that we have got a desperately hard season to go, and I hope some of the suggestions that Arsene Wenger is listening in. I know some of the the Arsenal fan team are following me on Twitter, and I know they generally look at some of my videos, so hopefully they would have been watching this. So guys, thank you once again for watching these videos, and stay tuned the next time. Peace.